marche sur tes sorts.
How's it going, everybody? I am your host, Mood616, and thank you for joining me here. So today this is going to be just more relatively a kind of a random review. This one was actually requested by Movie Collector 666. We were bullshitting one night, and he said, "Yeah, I want to see you review Toyko Zombie." So this one's for you, buddy. Toyko Zombie. Toyko Zombie is basically a, it's like a Japanese version of, Shaun of the Dead, pretty much is what it is. It stars the stars from Ichi the Killer and Gozu. I cannot pronounce their names. They're written right there. I can't pronounce their names at all. Anyways, you can see them in the background, hopefully. Anyways, so getting to the bizarre plot of this movie, it's basically about two friends. Their names are Fuji and Mitsu, and they work in a fire extinguisher plant. And basically, they're just slackers. They're just fucking goofs, is what they are. Anyways, they're totally practicing up jiu-jitsu, and their boss comes in one day, and then they accidentally kill him. The boss comes in to give him shit or whatever. He starts humiliating one of the guys, and so they basically hit him in the head with a fire extinguisher and kill him. So what they do is they go and bury the body in Black Fuji. Black Fuji is where everybody of Tokyo goes and buries like all their garbage and electronics and broken refrigerators and fucking people too. People just randomly bury people in this huge mountain of shit. And basically what happens there, there's a funny scene on the mountain with this couple fucking burying their mom and kicks the head off, and this movie's fucking bizarre. But anyways, that was kind of like, I guess, the last string. After they bury the boss, I guess the chemicals mixed in with the bodies reanimated them, and they come back to life. So then you got this like zombie apocalypse in Tokyo. So now they're basically fucking trying to get the hell out of there. And they try to go north. They try to drive north because they figure that that they'll be safe there, which is basically Russia. They want to make their way to Russia. So that doesn't really work out too well because they drive like I don't know how many hours in the southern direction. So they totally don't do what they're trying to do. Of course, they have to stop for supplies. And, they have a run-in with a bunch of zombies, and Mitsu gets bitten by a zombie, and of course they get out of there, and it's this funny fucking scene where they're driving, and all of a sudden he just jumps out of this van, and fucking jumps in the water. It's just absolutely fucking ridiculous. Then it basically jumps to 5 years later after this, after kind of like right in the middle of the movie, it jumps as like animated or computer generated like storyboard, and it tells you it's 5 years later, and Tokyo is basically dead now. It's completely dead. It's been overturned by zombies and shit like that. So Fuji, who wanted to become the big jiu-jitsu star, tried to learn it all from Mitsu as best as he could. 5 years later, that's what he's doing with his life. He's basically fighting zombies for money, is what he's doing, but he's using jiu-jitsu. It's like really fucking bizarre. Really bizarre storyline. Yeah, you know what? I'll just leave the plot right there. That's pretty much what it is up until it's like the first hour and a bit of the movie. Yeah, my thoughts on this one. This movie is very typical Japanese, just weirdness. There's so much weird things going on in this movie. Some of the dialogue is just so bizarre. Like, there's times in this movie where shit starts to get a little sentimental and stuff, and you're just like, what the fuck? The comedy itself is so goofy. It's so goofy. You got, really funny one-liners. There's a lot of retard bombs in this, which is really weird. But you got, like, some really bad and cheesy CGI. I think it was done purposely, which really adds to the whole feel of the film, because, the two main characters are so fucking goofy in this movie. That, mixed with that really bad CGI and the CGI blood, for one thing. There is some actual practical effects with the gore and stuff in this, though. It was decent. But yeah, like, the comedy, it's just really, it's really out there. Like, I mean, if you like movies like Machine Girl and Tokyo Gore Police and shit like that, and Robo Geisha and stuff, it's kind of on that same level. The zombies themselves, the zombies in this movie kind of look like, they just look dirty. They didn't really put a whole lot of effort into the zombie looks of them. I guess it kind of adds to the comedic level of the film, because they're just fucking dumb zombies. They're just basically just slow-moving zombies that don't really look that dead. It's pretty funny. I gotta say, man, in the second half of this movie, once, it jumps to 5 years in the future after, like, the apocalypse happens, there is parts in this where it does drag a little bit. This movie runs about 104 minutes, which I find is a little too long. It's at least 15-20 minutes too long. Because, in my opinion, I find that the comedy just kind of starts to repeat itself a little bit. It does get a little old, a little stale. But, the overall product is, it's Japanese comedy, and it's just fucking bizarre. Everything about this movie is really bizarre. Like, Michiu, the guy that's teaching Fuji the jiu-jitsu in the beginning of the film, there's this, like, really weird subplot with, he basically gets this doctor to tell him that he has stomach cancer. And because he thinks he's dying, and it turns out that he really only has, like, an ulcer, but he freaks out on this doctor, and he gets this doctor to, like, say that he's dying of cancer, so he uses it. There's just really weird elements in the film like that. It's just fucking bizarre film, man. But yeah, the effects in this movie are so funny. Like, it's just, like, the poor CGI, it's just ridiculous. I don't know what else I can say about this one. The whole fighting of zombies, I don't know, man. It's kind of, it's okay, I guess. There's nothing really too crazy about it. The whole second half of this movie is just filled with bizarreness, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know what else I can really say about Tokyo Zombie. If I had to rate this one, I would probably give it, it's a good, I would say probably like a 6.5 out of 10. It's almost too goofy for me. Like, I like goofy things, but there is times in this, like I said, it's almost too silly. But it is funny, though. This is definitely worth a watch. I'd watch this movie again, too. It's got replay value to it. I'm sure I'd pick out things the next time I watch this one that I didn't catch the first time around or something, but yeah, Tokyo Zombie. Very entertaining. Probably a good solid 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what I'll leave Tokyo Zombie with. Yeah, anyways, that's my review of Tokyo Zombie. I'll be back with some other random reviews, I guess. Got a bunch of other movies planned out to be reviewing on this channel that aren't part of the 81 series or the Fright Tube, obviously. But yeah, so Tokyo Zombie, definitely check it out. I think it's worth the look. It's interesting and just wacky. It's really fucking goofy. Anyways, Moose616 signing off. Peace out, homies.